Welcome to your typing class tutorial. Once you have clicked on the link that I included in the Bolt Lesson 2 section, you will see this website. Okay, and it is telling you you have the choice. You can use an existing account or to create a new account. And we are all going to be creating a new account. This brings us to our student sign up. For your username, I would like you to use your first name and the first letter of your last name. So, my name is Brittany Weeks. My username would be Brittany W. Okay, so my full first name and then the first letter of my last name. Then you get to choose your own password. Remember, don't tell anyone this password. Then you have the option of having your email here, and this will give you information or updates from typing.com. So if you don't enter your email, you're not going to get bothered with those updates. If you really want them, then enter your email, that's no problem. And you must agree to the privacy policy and terms of service though. Okay, so you have the choice to consent here to information, you have the choice of your email, but this box must be checked in order to sign up. Okay, it's telling me that this username already exists, probably because I used this in my other class tutorial. So I'm going to add a second letter just for the sake of this, but your names should be fine. Okay, it's asking me if I want to save my password. To keep your privacy, I usually say never, especially if I'm using a school computer. You never know who's logging on, or maybe you'll forget. Okay, so I always say never there. All right, this is our typing classroom. This is only for our class, so no one else can log in here. You need that link to get in. And the first thing I want to look at is our choices up here. Okay, we have a choice of lessons. You have a choice of tests, games, you can check out your achievements, and then there's also some themes here. So the first thing we're going to do today is take your typing pretest. Now the reason to take a typing pretest is to be able to show how much you're improving throughout the school year or throughout this course. So there's no pressure today. You haven't started any lessons. I haven't taught you anything, so don't get worried. This is just to see where you start, so then after you go through all these lessons and my course, we can see how much you've improved at the end, because you're going to take another test at the end of this course. Okay? There also will be tests throughout, but there will be a big difference between this test and that test at the end of the year. It's so exciting to see the improvements that all my students make. So, for today, you are going to take a 1-minute typing test. There are options for a 3-minute typing test and a 5-minute typing test. Make sure you select 1 minute. Okay, so everyone's typing tests are different. They're fun little stories, they're nonfiction, very cool. So, if you notice, there is a 1-minute countdown here. And the time has not started, and it won't start until I type my first letter. My first letter is in blue, and this blue will follow me as I type to help me keep track of where I am so I don't lose my spot. So I'm going to sit straight up in my chair, I'm going to make sure my feet are on the floor, my posture is good. I'm going to place my hands on the keyboard, and I'm going to start typing. Notice my time has started counting down. If I were to make a mistake, I just want to keep going. I don't want to worry about going back and wasting any time. So, make a mistake, just keep typing. All right, so my 1 minute is up. This is going to pop up. I'm just going to hit the X. And right here, I get to see my score. Okay, so it says typing test complete. You typed the 1 minute typing test. Your speed was 37 words per minute. So in that minute, I typed 37 words correctly with 97% accuracy. So I got some percentage points off because I did make a couple mistakes, but that's no problem. We're practicing. Okay, your score is your score. As long as we show improvement throughout the year, that's all I care about, okay? So this gives you an idea. Now, this score is going to be sent directly back to my teacher account. So there is no need to take a screenshot or print the certificate. I already have your score, and that is the best part of this website, with many, many other good things, okay? But that's one of the things that as a teacher I really like. So now you've completed your first part of this lesson, and you are going to go up here to our typing.com and hit the back arrow. And then that arrow brings you back to our main page, okay? And what I would like you to do is to move on to lesson 1. So we are going to go to lessons, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the beginning section, okay? If you start down at intermediate and do this one, this is the wrong lesson, okay? So you're starting with beginner, and you are going to start with lesson 1, which is J, F, and space. Click start. Now the first thing that pops up is a video, and these videos will pop up throughout each lesson. Okay, there's 2 or 3 videos per lesson. And these videos are all about the techniques and skills that you need to learn in order to become a better typer. So these are very important videos. It's not something to skip, okay? Because these topics will come up in quizzes and conversations and discussions. So you would click to watch your video.
Hello there! Get ready to boost your typing skills and have fun doing it. You might be asking yourself, why should I learn to type? Let's look at it this way. Imagine you're driving a car. You're on a road trip with your friends and you still have a ways to go. Now, imagine that your car is equipped with bicycle tires. You probably...
Okay, so we're not going to watch the whole video. I'm going to skip through just for this demonstration. I don't want you to skip through. Videos are very fun, okay? You can make the screen bigger if you want. So I'm going to skip, oh, I did it again. Skip to the end. And when I get to the end of my video, this button will turn yellow and it will say continue. So I'm going to continue the lesson. And this is where your typing starts. So your job is to look at this demonstration at the bottom, and I want you to line up your hands and fingers exactly the way they have. Okay, so your right hand pointer finger, index finger should be on the J, and your left hand pointer finger should be on that F, and then your fingers should fall into place on the keys next to them. Notice how the thumbs rest on that space bar. Okay, so with your hands in the position and you're sitting up straight, you're going to type that J. Then it says you found it. And then you can click enter to begin. So now I'm going to go through and type what's on the screen. And I earned my first few stars. Okay, it even tells you your speed and your accuracy as you're moving along. So I'm going to click enter. Now I'm on to my F key. They say, okay, you found it. You know where it is? Now click enter to begin. So F, following along, they threw a J in there. Keep going. If I make a mistake, that's okay, but I do need to retype that letter so they know that I know where it is. Okay, so I've earned my next star. Now I'm going to my next activity. Anytime you see the continue, you could hit enter. You don't have to use your mouse. Okay, it saves a lot of time. Now I'm using my keys. I have my fingers in the right spot. I make a mistake, that's okay. I just have to retype it and keep going. Okay, I have all 3 stars, and I'm moving on. So now here is another video, okay? Just giving you more things to work on. This one is about where to keep your thumbs and why. If you notice at the bottom here, it is showing your lesson progress. So right now you've completed 3 screens. You're on the 4th screen, and you have 11 screens total to complete. So to be finished with lesson 1, you have to complete all 11. Okay, once you complete the 11th slide, you will get a badge presented to you saying like, congratulations, you finished lesson 1. Okay, and then once you're finished there, you can move on to lesson 2. So they do give you an option, okay, continue to lesson 2. If you have to stop for some reason and you come back later, okay, you go back to the main page, not a problem, and you are still in the beginner section, but now you are looking at the U, R, and K keys for lesson number 2. Now notice it doesn't let you start that without finishing lesson number 1. Okay, so very important, finish lesson number 1 and then you can start lesson number 2. And it's the same format. There will be videos, practice sessions, you'll get stars, and then at the end you'll get your badge for your second lesson. Please, please, please don't work ahead in these lessons. Okay, you will have these as assignments throughout the course. And since I do get your scores messaged to me or right into my account, I will see if you're rushing ahead. Okay, instead of rushing ahead, if you want to work on your typing, there are a lot of fun options to do that. Okay, right here there is a typing practice section. So if I click, maybe I want to work on a story. Okay. Ooh, this one's, it's a new adventure. So when robots rule the world. So I could click start. Okay, it's all about robots. I can start my adventure. And now I'm going to be typing a story about robots to practice my typing, just like you did in that 2-minute test. So this, or 1-minute test. So this is really great practice. If you want to, maybe you don't want to do the story, you could work on your problem keys. So this is a section that shows you where your most mistakes were, and you can just work on those. Also at the top here, you have a choice of games. So keyboard jump, keyboard ninja, so many fun games that you could play to practice. So lots of options here that you could use, but please remember, do not work ahead with those lessons. All right, so once you finish lesson 2, you've completed your lesson 2 for this week. And I can't wait to see all your scores popping up. Have fun with this. Don't stress, just as long as you're doing your best. That's all I can ask for. Okay, thank you. Great job, guys.